Hey guys, and welcome back to what I'm now going to be calling a weekly wrap up because I lost all of my footage from this week. Basically, my iPad and my phone were connected so that every time I took a video on my phone, it would upload to my iPad, which I was using to update. But then my iPad downloaded all like 600 photos that I had on my phone, and it took up all of the space, so I unconnected them and deleted all the photos from my iPad. But apparently I didn't unconnect them correctly. Because all of the photos are now also gone from my phone, which really sucks because I have photos from the last like 3 years on there that I've had this current phone. A lot of them have been edited on Vosco, so I do still have most of the photos. It was just really like frustrated, and I freaked out at first when I realized that all of my photos were gone, and all the footage that I filmed from Monday through Friday, which is great. But as I mentioned in the end of last week's vlog, I didn't really know how I was feeling about the weekly reading vlogs and updating every single day. I just feel like I don't read that much. Some days I do. I read for like an entire like 2 or 3 hours, and I get like 150 pages through, or like 200 pages, and I have this huge update and all this stuff to talk to you guys about. And other days I read like 10 pages because I'm just not feeling whatever part of the book that we're in. With the current book that I'm reading, which I'll get to in a minute, there are 3 different perspectives, and there is one perspective that I just don't care for. I feel like it doesn't add that much to the story. It's necessary for like background information, but I just don't like it. And every time I get to a chapter with her point of view, I stop. And sometimes that means I only read 10 pages. So I just don't feel like I'm reading enough to update every single day. So I'm now going to be doing a weekly wrap up. So at the end of every week, I'm just gonna update you guys on what I read throughout the week. I might do like a clip on Monday saying that here's what I'm currently reading, here's what I'm hoping to get through, and then finish off at the end of the week and tell you what actually happened. So yeah, we'll get into what I read this week. So again, like last week, I only finished one book, which was Furyborn by Claire Legrand, and it was so good. Normally, I don't like multiple perspectives, but this wasn't that bad because they were both really strong storylines for each character that I was interested in both parties. There were a couple of chapters in the middle where like Rael's story, who is one of the main characters, like was just going so fast, and I would get like maybe 2 chapters with her and then it would stop, and I would have Ileana and they were in the middle of some like journey through the desert that just wasn't as interesting, so I had some problems with that. But overall it was so good. I am upset because I think this just came out this year, which means I am not going to get to read a second book for another year, maybe more. I should check on Goodreads and see if there is a second book as untitled or even with a title listed under Claire Legrand, but I will definitely be keeping an eye out for that because it was so great. I am hoping that in the second book, Ludovine, who is one of the minor characters, because she is, spoiler alert, an angel, that we might get to see her. I mean, Corian, who is like the antagonist throughout the whole story, he is an angel and he managed to survive this entire like 1,000 years between Rael and Ileana. So maybe Ludovine did, and her and Ileana could meet and talk because Ludovine knew Rael. I knew who she was, and I knew from the beginning that Rael loved Audric and that there's just no way that she killed him in a malicious way. So I'm thinking Corian had something to do with that he is the reason why Audric is dead, because she mentions that you're no longer welcome in this body. So I'm thinking that he like possessed her in some way and forced her to kill Audric to put her on the throne and to release him and the other angels who are trapped. So I'm very, very excited for the second book. I'm gonna have to definitely look and see if there has been any sort of announcement or possible publication date listed on Goodreads. So the book that I am currently in the middle of reading is War Storm. I am 257 pages in. I was hoping that I was going to get through this book this entire week, but I was just, I don't know, I was tired all week and just wanted to relax. I don't think I've had this many days off in a really long time, like since my birthday, which was in August, and even during that we were in San Francisco and like running around so much. But yeah, I just wanted to sleep in. I did have quite a bit of homework to get through, so I was at Starbucks a lot. I cleaned up the house, I did laundry, so I just didn't get through as much. And I also think I might be a slow reader, which I didn't think was something that I was. I know that when I was in high school, I used to read 5 or 6 books a week and would just fly through them. And yesterday I was realizing, like, we were home a lot and I spent a lot of time reading on the couch. I was watching TV as well and hanging out with my boyfriend, so I know I was pausing a lot. But as I was reading, I realized I was like, I'm kind of reading slowly in my head. I like to read the dialogue in my head as if it's an actual conversation, not just kind of speed read through it. I want to visualize where I am, where the characters are, and think about the beautiful world that Victoria Aveyard has created. So yeah, I think I'm a slow reader. But so far the story is really, really great. I am all for Farley, Mare, Evangeline, and Iris, who is my least favorite of the female characters, being just this like badass women. They are ready to take down the patriarchy and get rid of these kings that aren't doing any good. They are ready to make a change, take the kings off the throne, and do something different. And I am all for them teaming up and taking out Cal and Maven and Volo, Samos. It's just been really great. I am loving all the like secret communication between all 4 of them. And a little bit of the like tension between Tiberius, who is what Mare is referring to him in this book instead of Cal. I'm liking the tension between him and Mare. I just don't like him that much anymore. My perspective might change towards the end. It would be a little predictable for them to get back together eventually. That's what everybody's hoping for. But at the moment, I'm not really liking him. I think it was really cowardly of him to have chosen the crown over her. I understand where he's coming from. And that he needs the Kingdom of the Rift to support him because they carry a large number of noble houses with strong powers, but I don't know. I feel bad for Evangeline. She just keeps getting passed back and forth between both of the Callor brothers, and neither of them really wants her, and she wants Elaine, and I just want her to be happy. So yeah, after this, I plan on reading Timekeeper, but I don't know when I will finish War Storm. I start my new job tomorrow, which I'm super, super excited about. But I'll be working from 7:30 to 5 o'clock every day. And possibly later than that, my friend Casey, who I know watched my last vlog, hi Casey, stays very late some days. And I'm all about that money, so I'm gonna stay late the very second that I get the opportunity to. I only work 3 days this coming week, which is interesting because of Thanksgiving, and then the company also offers Friday off, which is nice because we like to go Black Friday shopping, and I would still really like to be able to do that. So I'm hoping that we'll get to go Black Friday shopping. It's just kind of weird. I'll only work 3 days my first week. I think I still get paid for the full time. I just went over like all of my onboarding information. My first day, I know I'll get paid for Thanksgiving. We have holiday pay. I'm not sure about Friday, but I'm not too worried. This job, I'm just really excited for it. I'm ready to start tomorrow. I know I'm not gonna sleep very much tonight, but I'm ready for it. I've got all my shoes, my sweaters, pants, t-shirts. This is like all of my onboarding information right here, my social security stuff, and I'm just excited to start. But like I mentioned, because I will be working from 7:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock at night, I don't really think that I'm going to be getting that much time to read because I also go to school. I'm going to try to make it like a priority to be done with homework and TV and in bed at 10 o'clock so that I can read for half an hour and go to sleep. I might have to lower that time to like 9:30, be asleep by 10. I'll just have to see how my body adjusts to waking up so early, which is part of the reason why I've decided to do a weekly wrap up. I will have even less time to read during the week now. Even if I don't get to read a lot on my own, my friend Casey, who I mentioned before, is starting a book club, which I think will be fun. I'll get to see what other people are interested in reading and maybe read some books that I wouldn't have initially picked up for myself. I think it'll be fun to do, and even if it just turns out to be the two of us, that's okay. At least I'll have somebody else who likes to read as much as I do. Maybe. So yeah, I will probably read a little bit more of this today. If you want to see daily updates, I do update my progress at the end of the day on goodreads.com. I believe my username is the same, Bookish Lifestyle, on there, or you can search Savannah. I will try to remember to link it in the description box below, and I will see you guys for next week's weekly wrap up. Bye!